Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Death Korps of KRIEG tribute, Warhammer 40k lore, and Custodies, True Sons by Warrior Tier here on YouTube. Big thank you to everyone who suggested this video to me, recommended it to me. There was a few of you, however, I think the very first was Pyotrus 2019, so big shout out to you. Thank you for letting me know about Warrior Tier and giving me the recommendations. So it's been about 12 days since that recommendation hit me, so obviously since then I've learned quite a bit. You know, I'm not too knowledgeable on the Death Korps of KRIEG. What I do know from you guys explaining, the Death Korps are essentially a guard regiment. They essentially, their homeworld is that of a death world, meaning that the environment is so fucking hostile to life that they just naturally have to adapt to survive that kind of thing. So basically the Death Korps KRIEG, from my understanding, are a bunch of hard motherfuckers, and they use a lot of like World War I kind of tactics in a sense. They're very much like reminiscent of like what you would see like on the Western Front, World War I kind of thing, with their tactics and even like their armor and shit from what I've seen. So I think that's really interesting. And then Custodies, obviously I know Custodies are the personal guard of the Emperor himself, right? So I don't really know a ton outside of that. Obviously I know that they're kind of they're stronger than Astartes technically, but they're not enhanced in the same way. They're basically enhanced with a gene seed straight from the Emperor, to my understanding. So these guys are typically old as fuck, and you know, the experience that comes with that, and obviously the augmentation that comes with being imbued with the Emperor's power in a sense. So yeah, I'm excited to get right into this. Big shout out to everyone again who recommended this. Leave a like, comment your recommendations down below, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. But without any further delay, boys, let's get right into this. As always, got pen and paper. I will be writing stuff down as I see it pertinent. This is more of an more of a short story format, so there might not be a ton to write down, but if I notice something, I will write it down. Wow. Damn.
The sins of my father. Our bloodlines destroyed.
Oh, is that like a miniature setup? That looks cool.
Our honor lost.
Wow.
500 years of violence. Redemption through blood. We had betrayed our God. Our sins now course through our veins. Our blood forever tainted.
So one of you guys is gonna have to explain exactly what you know, what's meant by that. Again, I'm not the most knowledgeable on the Death Korps. I just know the bit that you guys have told me. That being said, I fucking vibe with these guys' uniforms really hard. Like the gas mask, the helmet, it's very reminiscent of, you know, what we've seen in our past stages of warfare in a sense, but they're still just using it as, you know, as such a futuristic advanced race, which I think is kind of interesting. It's a take on it for sure. Obviously they're not using the exact same things, but no, it's an interesting take on it. I really like the uniform design.
Tainted. I will erase the dishonor of my father.
Ooh.
I will cure this galaxy of our sins. With my death am I truly saved.
Oh, wow. Even the officers got masks on. It's cool.
Beauty and art. Wealth corrupted our lords. sent them to
Oh, they got
hell.
horses too? Really? I didn't realize they still used horses. That looks awesome. Obviously, I can't really understand the use of a horse regiment outside of like ceremonial purposes, especially in this day and age. But I think that's interesting that they still use them. That's cool. Also, I like the horse mask. It's like a gas mask, but you know, also a faceplate for the horse, and that was like a thing that historically was designed, which I think is kind of interesting. That's cool. They got like pikes and shit too. It's cool.
Minds built armies. Defense against the will of God. The pathetic minds sought their rebellion. Doomed our people. Force their will on the loyalist. Poisoning the ground and air. Forever burning the world into ash.
So I get the feeling they're talking about their homeworld.
Years of slaughter.
Yeah.
A generation murdered. Billions of our kin thrown into the well of the damned.
Oh, wow. That goes hard. Oh, so does that, actually.
I was a warrior since
Damn.
birth. Trained in the art of death. Life through pain and suffering. Only joy through victory or death.
It looks like, sorry, not to pause, it looks like these guys take on a range of different other combatants. Like, I've seen orcs here. I think I've seen other humans that they've been fighting. Rebels, maybe. Kind of like we saw in Astartes, I guess. Like, there's potentially human forces working with high-level psychers or other aliens. But yeah, it looks like they really do just fight everybody here. I could be wrong. Are their main combatants like orcs, or do they just kind of get thrown everywhere and told to, you know, do the best you can against anything? Somebody answer that for me, please. That looks fucking awesome.
Marching through the blood of my fallen brothers, onto the trenches of battle.
Also, I'm sorry not to pause again, but I've seen them with Astartes a few times here. Do they commonly fight by Space Marines, or are they typically deployed on their own? You know, with obviously their own supporting assets being like tanks, artillery, whatnot, right? But I've seen them deployed alongside, and just from these pictures, deployed alongside Space Marines quite a bit. So, is there a chapter in particular that they usually you know, serve under or like fight alongside? Somebody let me know.
I embrace those final moments.
Oh, that looks cool.
Reflecting my honor to the open sky.
Like those are chaos demons, right? Yeah. It's like Nurgle or some shit.
I will die for my emperor. And I shall do
Tyranids,
it
yeah.
right.
Looks like they're fighting everybody.
I stand on the mountain of the dead. I step forward in the war without hesitation. From the womb am I tainted.
Wow.
Harvested to become a warrior of death. As my planet weeps, choking on its foul air. I embrace the mask of faith.
Wow.
I inherit the mark of a traitor.
So what's meant by that?
Death am I set free with my gun and steel. My hand.
I wonder, and this is just an assumption. Sorry to pause again. I'm really fucking liking this. This is interesting. I just have some questions. It's just like, so are they like a penal battalion in a sense? It's kind of the vibes I'm getting here. Tainted from birth, forced to like be soldiers kind of thing on a death world. Is this like a penal battalion in a sense? Are they like making up for a past transgression, and this is kind of like how they have been forced to do that? Somebody let me know. That's just a vibe I'm getting, I guess.
With my gun and steel, my hands and shovel, I bask in the blood of the heretic that drenches my womb.
Wow.
It is where I feel alive, breathing the tainted air of my family's sins. I fight in the hopes of exoneration. I long for death. I stand on the corpses of my kin. The mountains of them grow. I will be a stone in that pile soon enough. As the cannons reach the air clouds, I will make my final stand.
Wow.
My destiny is marked with courage. There is no honor left. The corpses have won. I will join them, as my sons will join them.
Wow. Yeah, that was that was fucking pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. That was really, really, really cool. Wow. I enjoyed that. Is that from a book or something? Let me just read here. Uh Not sure. It doesn't say. Is that from a book or is that like a narrative piece that they did? I wonder, or he did. I guess. I get the feeling it's just probably from like an audio book or something, or some type of narrative piece. But that was really good, and that was a really good compilation of photos put together showing, different aspects of the Deathcore Kree. There, I thought that was really really cool video, and like, although I'm not the most like knowledgeable of them, like fuck, they look really interesting to me. I gotta say, I really vibe with them pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. So thank you for recommending that video. That was great. And yeah, now we're gonna check out Custodies, the True Sons. This one's a little bit longer, 10 minutes long. So I wonder if it's gonna be the same type of video, or no, I'm not too sure. Let's take a look here. 1440p also is awesome. Props to him for that.
I was called to Terra to tell the tale of a hero born beneath different stars, in a different time, into the sanctified stone of this world. I
Okay.
will carve the tale of a custodian. He was born here. It seems strange to say that. He was born here. Few are allowed the privilege of calling Terra their birth world.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of
so much
things.
of our history happened. He was born before so much strife ravaged the universe.
Mm.
I was privileged enough to meet him once. He told me. I do not remember much, but I remember my mother's name. He would see their faces on statues carved by generations of our masters. Generations of humble, feeble humans who toiled for decades to capture the likeliness of thousands of heroes.
Wow.
I am one of the new generations of stonemasons. The custodian is a figure from ancient myth. In my own way, I didn't believe him to be real. For 10,000 years he has walked these labyrinthine temples.
That looks
Legends of the
awesome.
faithful would,
Wow.
and indeed do, give their lives to see even a fraction of what he guards. Many ask how he and his kin, the Custodes, guard him on the throne from a galaxy that ever seeks his demise.
Is that, sorry, not to pause, is that a kind of an accurate representation of what the throne looks like? I've never actually like seen it, I guess, before. Is this kind of what it looks like that pyramid shape? They have all the custodians lined up like that. That looks fucking sweet, I gotta say right now. Like, that would be intimidating as fuck to approach that. And also the Emperor up there, literally looking like a god, like unironically. And it looks like he's got skin on his face there, so he's not just a rotted out person at this time. So that's interesting to see.
But I don't believe there's a single atom of this galaxy that the Custodian Brotherhood aren't watching. They hear every single whispered threat and treasonous plan. Every smuggled weapon, each drop of poison poured into the ears of the faithful. If the Inquisition are the eyes of the Imperium, the Custodians are its mind. If the Astartes are the fist of mankind, the Custodians are the force behind the blow. Many believe they never leave the grounds of the Imperial Palace. However, we all learn at a young age that the universe in its entirety is the Emperor's palace.
Wow.
When we spoke, he told me, the mason does not craft the stone, but is crafted by it. The truth is this, they are everyone, each faithful soul, each wretch who, in his final moment, prays to the Emperor, is one of them, in his own way. I'm told they are made before birth. He told me that he was born on Terra 39 standard years before the final assault on the palace by the Traitor forces.
Damn.
His father was a stonemason. He seems odd to me now somehow. His skills afforded his family the licenses needed to breed in perpetuity. His father's greatest work, the blessed feather, still stands in the palace today. It has seen over 90 centuries.
Fuck.
It has witnessed my whole life and will witness the lives of my children. Cavill witnessed the moment that Sanguinius raised the humans upward just as they began to break. In those final, hellish days before the siege of the Eternity Gate, the Custodians saw those humans, caught in the updraft of the Angel's faith. During my years as a student, I was made to study pics of that statue daily by my lectors. I was made to behold what faith could create, what war made us into.
Fuck, this goes hard. This goes really hard.
The tale of one of humanity's heroes. Even by Astartes' considerations, he was taken at an early age. But he was 19 standard by the time he had completed his apotheosis. His next 11 years were spent hunting beneath the palace proper. For beneath his ground still lurk beasts, monsters, traitors, and worse. It is within those shadows that holy order is trained. They either leave the dark knowing the truth of the light, or are consumed by the perpetual night. It is believed that the Emperor himself grants the gifts needed to walk such hallowed ground. He smote his way through who knows how many traitors, who knows how many demons of the void. He told me to my face the following. Beneath compacted streets built by men far smarter than us, my order sounded the call, and the hunt began. The truest challenge of our martial prowess was the battle against the demon manifest named Karathan, a cursing of fangs and claws. It took us 4 days of ceaseless conflict to first butcher its hordes, and then to carve that lumbering blasphemy into scraps of rotten void-born meat. After we re-emerged from those darkened tunnels, we realized that we were part of a new family now. For each world that knows the tread of a human foot is a world visited by my family. Each soldier who screams his hatred into the face of an enemy is my brother. Each lady of each order is a sister of mine. She spreads the faith I exist to God. I've seen the horrors of the galaxy and simply wonder this. Is that it?
Sorry I'm not talking or pausing a lot during this one. It's just like this goes really, really hard, and I'm following along this one kind of a lot more. Just because I know what the Custodies are, I know their role a little bit more, and I don't think there's a lot to know about them, obviously, but they're like a lot easier kind of to follow along because they are on Terra always, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So So I think this is really interesting. Sorry to not have too much to say about this one. I'm following along. I'm finding this very, very interesting. This is awesome.
Most think the Custodians are the last line of defense, but I now believe that they are the first to witness each threat. Each blow leveled against our foes by the Sainted Order has been in transit for millennia. For the universe is a stone, and the Emperor is a mason, a master at work, his craft never ending, his toil perpetual. But from his inadamant, he carves humanity's future, with faith as his chisel, in our collective hate as his hammer.
Wow.
His son is chiseled more by his new father every single day. For in the God Emperor's service, the Custodies are made complete. And with the Emperor's patience, all of our flaws are chipped away.
Wow.
The circumference of Terra's equator is 40,000 kilometers. If I were to say that the Custodes knows each step of those kilometers, would you believe me? 1,000,000 ships land daily on 1,000,000 landing sites. Their vigilance can never, ever end. For the God Emperor is eternal. Despite their efforts, however, there are 1,000,000 miles of tunnels that cross this world. Each day 1,000 more are bored into this holy soil. They work ceaselessly to know each cavern, each stone and patch of moss. I'm sure they have witnessed secrets that worlds have died for. I myself have beheld relics from empires that no living human could ever learn of. For the Imperial Palace is a world unto itself. Contained within chambers built 25,000 years ago are the testimonies to humanity's perfection, the proof of our truthful place as rulers of the galaxy. And deep within those holes behind doors that have laid shut for centuries, beyond 1,000,000 myrtle holes, beyond galleries containing the sum of human art, beyond the legions of the Terra Imperialis, behind that final golden portal, he lives on. And his sons will never rest.
That was an awesome picture.
Their blades never falter. They are his best and brightest. They are all of our faith made real, and their spears never dull. They are the chosen heroes. Should you ever cross into the Sanctum Imperialis, should you ever see those vaulted sacred frescoes and monuments to mankind's greatness, and you should see a custodian, regal, stoic, fierce and pure, you'll know you're seeing someone from a myth. He has a new family now.
The hell is that?
For he was young when he took up the spear.
The mechanical
and
lion? What the fuck?
Part of him is still young, after so many thousands of years. Long after I'm dust fired into the sun, he will remain, and his watch never ceases. Eternal in his ancient mountain of golden power armor. Perhaps before I pass into the light of the Emperor, I will get to see him once more. Glory to the Imperium, and glory to the Custodian.
Wow. That was fucking sweet. Warrior tier, wow. I'm gonna subscribe to that channel right now. I fucking enjoyed that a lot. Wow, that was a ride, honestly. Like, obviously only pictures, but it was put into such a way where you can visualize what he's talking about in such a conducive way. Man, I thought that was amazing. Like, honestly, I really am a fan of narrative sort of stories, and especially with the pictures, because I haven't outside of the animations and stuff, and what I've seen from the Bricky videos, the Luton videos, I haven't seen like a lot of like artwork and stuff from 40K. So it was very, very cool to see all the different works of art and all the different illustrations and whatnot. Wow, I thought that was awesome. Big shout out to everyone who recommended that, especially Piotras 2019. Sorry if I mispronounced your name there, but yeah, big shout out to you, man. Thank you for recommending that. Great videos, honestly, great videos. I love that. Yeah, guys. But no, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, leave a comment, recommendations down below in the comments, and subscribe for more content from me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I really love the support I see on this channel. It means a lot to me, and thank you guys for getting this channel up to 500 subs. If you guys want that Q&A, it will be coming, but I need questions, so make sure you drop your questions on that post on my channel there, okay? It can be about anything. I'm not picky, all right? But yeah, guys, thank you for a delay. This has been Centurion, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.